What's good, YouTube? Back again with another video. Today we have a woman who explains why it doesn't make sense to her to go 50-50 with a man. We're gonna play the video. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and reaction.
It doesn't make sense for a lot of women to go 50-50, and I'll use me as an example. I live in a studio apartment in Central Phoenix. I pay about $13.50 a month, and that includes utilities, taxes, rent, all that jazz. The only thing it doesn't include is electricity and Wi-Fi. If I find a guy I really fuck with and I really like, and we move in together, we would have to get at least a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. Now,
Okay, let's break down what she just said. She said it doesn't make sense for her to go 50-50 with a guy. If she met a guy that she really liked, she really rock with, they would at least have to get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath for them to be together. Now keep in mind, she's living in a studio apartment right now. A studio, for those who don't know, that's everything is in one room outside of the bathroom. Literally, kitchen, living room, dining room, bedroom, everything in one room. So already she's not making any sense because, like I said, she's in a studio now. So just for her to live with one other person, someone that she actually likes, they have to get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Let's continue.
now you're like, why do you need a 2-bed, 2-bath? If you've ever lived with a man, if you had brothers, a dad, you know that you want your own bathroom. Plus, I have a lot of curly hair. I don't want no one rushing me in the bathroom when it's hair day. And also, I work from home, so I would need an office. Since I live in a studio,
Okay, so it's crazy. So she lives in a studio now, but somehow if she moves in with a man, she needs an office because she works from home, even though she doesn't have an office now.
and I live alone, it works for me now because I'm the only one here. But if I move in with somebody, I would need my own office. Now, a 2-bed, 2-bath is gonna range you from like 2,000 to 2,500. I think my friends that live in the 2-bed, 2-bath, they pay like 22, 2,300 right now. But we'll say for shits and gigs, $2,000. I don't know who's finding a 2-bed, 2-bath for $2,000, but for this scenario, we'll just say 2,000. Split that in half, that's $1,000 a piece. So that would save me about $350 a month. We're gonna put that aside, and I'm gonna tell you why that $350 is not even worth it. Let's move on to electricity.
Her logic is so flawed. Like I said, initially, you're living in a studio, which is the smallest type of space you could have. I don't understand if you're living with someone you like, why you need to jump all the way from a studio to a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. When you could have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, you could do a 1-bedroom, usually a 1-bedroom plus a den. Why do you need to go from a 2-bedroom to a 2-bath? That's what the math doesn't make sense. And even if we do use her logic and say, let's say, okay, we're going to go get the 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and let's just say it's 2,200 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, she would be getting probably 2 or 3 times the amount of space that she has now, even if she paid what's 2,200 divided by 2? Even if they paid $1,100 a piece, she still would be getting way more space than she has now.
I pay no more than like $75, $80 a month for my electricity, and that's really only in the summer. In the winters, I pay like $30 a month for my electricity because, again, I live in a studio and I have to cool a smaller space so it's less energy. If I move in with a 2-bed, 2-bath with a man, that's already having to cool and heat a bigger space, which is ultimately going to double my electricity bill. Like, I have friends that live in a 2-bed, 2-bath, and I live in Arizona. They pay like $300 a month for their electricity. So going off of that, split that in half, that's $150 a piece. That's already.
Sounds like to me she never mentions, other than initially, that she meets a guy that she really likes. This just sounds like it's all purely transactional for her. It's all purely numbers. She doesn't mention about her liking a guy, them having good chemistry, them enjoying each other time. It's all about if we want to move together, and we need to have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, even though I'm living in a studio. You're only going to be adding one additional person. Like I said, they could get a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, probably for about 1,700, 1,600. They would be paying about maybe 800 a piece if they went 50-50 maybe a marginal increase in utilities, she still would probably be saving at least $600, $700, $800 a month. But for some reason, she has to have a two bedroom, two bath, even though she's currently living in a studio. Again, a studio. Literally everything is in one room outside of the bathroom. Make it make sense.
Double than what I'm paying for my electricity at home in my studio. So that $300, $350 I was saving for rent, it's more like $200 now. Let's move on to Wi-Fi.
She's failing to mention that she would be getting, even if she spends the same amount that she's paying for the studio for the two bedroom, she would be getting an immense amount more space for two people. A two bedroom, two bath, which would probably be 2-3 times what she's currently living in right now.
I only have my phone and my work laptop that run 24/7 that I need for Wi-Fi. And then I have a Roomba and a projector, but they're not running 24/7, but they do go off of Wi-Fi. So I don't need the highest, fastest, most streaming full Wi-Fi out there. I get the cheapest Wi-Fi, which is $50 a month. If I move in with somebody else, they're going to have their devices also. He might be a gamer too. He might need really good Wi-Fi. That's going to be well over $100. But for shits and gigs, let's just say it's $100. But
again, he may work outside the home. So while you're working from home, y'all may not even have the same schedules where y'all using that same amount of bandwidth all at the same time. So I mean, this idea that you're gonna automatically need to increase your internet is not true.
then half, that's $50. I'm already paying that now, so I'm not saving any money in Wi-Fi. So in reality, I'm really only saving $200 a month, and there's a fucking man in my face every day. It's not worth.
It's a fucking man in my face every day. You hear this? Let's bring that back. Let's bring that back. So can't say that we putting words in our
I'm
mouth.
already paying that now, so I'm not saving any money in Wi-Fi. So in reality, I'm really only saving $200 a month, and there's a fucking man in my face every day.
This is purely transactional for her. Like I said, she mentions nothing about enjoying spending time with the guy. They have good chemistry. Like I said, enjoying one another's company. If she gotta have a fucking man in her face, they gotta have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Not worth it. The math doesn't math. Like, these men try to convince you that, like, oh, like, even if you go 50-50, like, you're going to be saving a bunch of money. But in reality, you're not. Because you have to ultimately move into a bigger space, and it's going to be more for electricity, more for Wi-Fi.
You do not have to move into a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom for two people, especially someone with no children. That's the flaw and fallacy in her thinking right here. I don't understand how you're in a studio now, and if you just add one person, why you have to make a jump from a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
And I still have to pay my phone bill in my car. So in reality, it does
You would have to pay your phone bill and car whether you're with him or not.
not benefit me to move in with a man unless.
And if anything, you probably would be spending less money on gas because maybe y'all would do shopping together, y'all would go out together. So it'd probably be less miles in your car, less maintenance, and less gas.
He's paying majority of the bills. And if you come to me and you're like, Zena, no, there's a way that I can save you like $600, $700 if you move in with me. If that's the case, then why wouldn't I just get a roommate if that was the case? Because with a roommate, it's like.
Again, the flaw in her logic is she's basing this purely off transactional, purely off of money. Nothing you enjoy spending time with each other. You like his company. Like I said, it's all purely transactional. Purely transactional. The reason why you initially supposed to be getting with a person anyway, because you like spending time with them. You like being around with them. But her logic is, if this doesn't benefit her financially, if it doesn't improve her life, her style of living, she's not with it. I mean, and that's her opinion. You know, like I said, that's what she wants. I mean, I respect it, but I mean, this coming up with this bullshit about you gotta have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath when you're living in a studio now, like, cut the cap, girl.
Like, no strings attached. I'll have my own room. I can put like my office stuff and my desk in my room. I wouldn't feel obligated to hang out with my roommate. I wouldn't feel obligated to do anything because they're my roommate and there's no strings attached. So for me, personally, it does not financially or logically make sense for me to.
It definitely financially and logically makes sense. It's just this bullshit story she says she's concocted in her mind that somehow she needs a 2 bedroom, 2 bath when, like I said, she's living in a freaking studio right now. The one thing about social media though is it gives you an insight into a lot of the delusion that people have. I mean, because she really believes this to be true. Like, she really living in a studio now, literally everything in one room, and believes if she moves in with a guy or they move in together, that they need to go from her living in the studio to a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Insane. Literally, you can get a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 1 bedroom in a den for under 2 grand. She should easily be saving easily $600-700 a month. But that's not really what she wants.
Move in with a man and go 50-50. And that's why I never will.
Okay, and I think she has one more video, a follow-up, and then we're gonna look at the comments.
Single one of y'all incel man's brains over all y'all heads. So let me break it down even further, because y'all lost the point of the video. Y'all just angry at my comments. My whole point of the video was men trying to convince women that 50-50 benefits both parties, when I literally just proved that 50-50 doesn't benefit me in any way, shape, or form. So that's why I said my only incentive to move in with a man is if he paid majority of the bill. And y'all men are having a fucking frenzy in my comments.
I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with a man paying majority of the bills, but when a woman has this type of disconnect from logic, trying to make it seem like you have to have a 2 bedroom, 2 bath for two people with no children to live in, when she's living in a studio right now, it's pure delusion. Like, you got to stay far away from women with this type of thought process. It's never going to end well. Pure delusion.
Comments say, well, we don't get anything in return. That's the whole fucking point. You wouldn't do anything that wouldn't benefit you, so why the fuck should I do something that doesn't benefit me? Sat here trying to convince women that 50-50s benefit both parties, when in reality it only benefits men, and I just...
Like I said, 50-50 does benefit both parties when you're dealing with two sensible and logical people. She's not sensible nor logical. Like I said, no way you need a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, especially when you're coming from a studio. Like I said, a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, even with two people, would be a come up for her situation.
Just prove that via the numbers, via my expenses. Y'all come into a frenzy when I said it doesn't benefit me unless someone's paying my bills, unless someone is paying like majority of the bills, because that makes the most sense financially for me. And you're saying that doesn't make the whole sense financially for you? That's the whole point. There is no reason to cohabitate with men because it doesn't benefit any party. One party will come out on top and the other one will come out on bottom. So stop trying to convince women to live with you when it does.
Pure delusion. Pure delusion.
Doesn't benefit women in any way, shape, or form, and it only benefits you. That's manipulation.
Wow. She tried to say that's manipulation. Not at all. Like I said, what's manipulation is thinking that you need a 2 bedroom, 2 bath when you're living in a freaking studio. Insane. Let's go to the comments. Actually, on the main initial video, she turned off the comments, probably because she couldn't handle the smoke that she was getting. Because, like I said, what she's saying makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But I went on to the secondary video and comments were turned on. So let's see what the comment section is saying. Okay, let's add this stage. Let's bring this back a little bit. Okay, here we go. We got, it says, Gita Shear, girl math never adds up. If both of you are paying 50% together, you're saving 50% more than people paying 100% alone. Why is that so hard? I mean, it's very simple. But like I said, she is under the delusion that somehow she needs to go from a studio to a 2 bedroom, 2 bath if she moves in when it's just the two of y'all. It doesn't make any sense. I think the main point in the comments was none of the reasons you named would make sense. Why would it be smart for you to move in with a man? Why would it be smart for you or the man to move in together? Come off like you're doing him a favor. Like I said, it's all transactional based with her. Like it's nothing about her enjoying each other's company. Them it's like liking to spend time with each other. It's purely transactional. Really, honestly, she really tired of living in that studio. Let's just keep it a buck. She tired of living in that cramped studio apartment. And like I said, if she can't get a 2 bedroom, 2 bath like her friends, then she don't want to do it. That's really what this all boils down to. The logic. I want a 2 bedroom, 2 bath because I IDK how to share space. Like I said, you're living in a studio. It just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, the comment section is pretty much spot on. Um, like I said, you missed the whole point. The same logic you used, I would send to women. My bills are paid, and I don't need someone in my space. Girl feel, girls feel their present is a gift. Hard pass. Yeah, a female like this is definitely a hard pass. Like I said, she's absolutely delusional. And the crazy thing about it is she really thinks what she's saying is actually logical. Like she wholeheartedly believes that, and complete red flag. Like I said, any man would be insane to take this woman seriously. Like I said, bust down material only. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think it makes sense for men and women in this day and age to go 50-50? Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.